Alright, hey guys, welcome back to another Solo Sunday. Today we're going to be doing a solo playthrough of The Loop. The Loop is a cooperative deck building game where you control these time agents and they move through different eras and try to prevent this guy named Dr. Foe from messing up the timeline, basically. So we'll kind of go into the rules as things get started, but I'll just kind of introduce who we're using. The characters we're going to be using today, I have both expansions, so there will be some cards from those mixed in. The characters we're using are Time Prowler. She has her abilities during the foe phase after dropping in a red cube into the machine. Choose a red cube that was dropped and remove it before causing vortexes. And we're using Foe Klein Schlag, which is from one of the expansions. Once per turn during your action phase, you may rotate Dr. Foe's machine to an era of your choice. So basically the way that the solo game works is that instead of controlling one character, you can control control 2 to 4 characters, and so I like doing 2. But their decks are combined, so depending on who has 3 cards available to play is who you end up using. We'll set those out here in a moment. We're going to do the sabotage game mode. So if you have all the expansions, I think there's 6 game modes or 7 game modes, something like that, because I think one of them might not be on the tile. But there are several game modes. This is the basic game mode. Basically, we need 4 missions. We need to complete 4 missions in order to win the game. Defeat conditions: second vortex in the same era, 4th vortex anywhere, or end of Dr. Foe's 3rd cycle. So the game's going to play through. There will be the 3 cycles here. So when this deck runs out 3 times, that's a lose condition. These red spots here, if we have 3 of them, when a 4th one would be placed, we would remove the objective tile and replace it with one of these vortexes. When the 4th of these vortexes were to come out, we would lose the game. Or if when a vortex is here and a second vortex in that same spot were to come out, we would lose the game. And I'll kind of get into stuff as we're going, but basically that's it. We need to complete 4 of these objectives. We know 2 of them. One of the objectives is destroy a clone, which are these tiles here, these circle tiles, in Dr. Foe's era 4 times. So Dr. Foe's era is wherever the front of this machine is facing, so this rotates. So once we do that 4 times and we end our turn here, we'll end up winning that. And then the other one here is do a loop in 6 different eras. And that can happen, doesn't matter where you are, as long as you do it and you do it once. And we'll mark the spots with cubes as we do them. The red cubes are the, I don't remember what they're called. I never remember what things are called, but they're the bad ones. The red cubes are what we want to avoid, rift cubes, and then the green cubes are energy cubes. The energy cubes allow us to do additional movement as well as looping. We'll see what looping is in a moment. But let's go ahead and get started here. So we're going to determine who's going to go first. So I'm going to draw cards from the top of the deck, and based on the symbol at the bottom, so down here, you can see that that goes with Time Prowler, so we're going to put that on her card. We've got Bag of Tricks, was also Time Prowler, and Digital Watch. So Time Prowler is going to be our first character we're going to be using. I'll move these up here. So that's who we're going to be using. This is our starting hand. And we've got Wrench, Quantum Wrench, Bag of Tricks, and Digital Watch. So we're going to be able to use these cards as the turn starts. So we're going to start the turn. The first thing we're going to do here is the foe phase. We're going to add a clone and reveal a card from this stack. And then we're going to reveal a foe card, rotate the machine, and then drop rift cubes. So we drop rift cubes equal to the number of clones plus 2, I think, and I think the card will say. But let's go ahead and reveal our clones. So we're going to take them out of the bag, and we look at the back side of the thing. This tells us what era they're going to go in, and then what era they need to be put in to remove them from the timeline. So that's going to go there. So I need to find a way to push him to this spot to destroy him, and that's what there's already some seated on the board. We're going to add a card, so we're going to flip this over. It's a self-destruct program. It's also going to go in purple. The era matches the spot. We will collect cards if we end our turn on a spot with that card there. Okay, so next thing we're going to do is we're going to reveal this, which is going to be blue. So we're going to, I'm actually going to put the deck off to the side here. We're going to do blue, so we're going to rotate towards blue, and then we're going to drop 2 rift cubes per clone. We're going to drop two rift cubes plus 1 per clone, and there are no clones here, so we're going to drop them. And because it's Time Prowler, when I drop these, I can remove one. So I'm going to go ahead and remove this one before anything happens, but that gets moved. That'll get set there. And now it's our turn. So the next thing we're going to do is the action phase. We can move 1 space for free, adjacent. We use cards we'll exhaust them, like tap them, and then we can do a loop in a place, which is spend an energy to do a loop, which means we can reactivate the same symbols over. We can reactivate the cards of the same symbol, or we can spend an energy to move an additional space. If we want to loop a second time, we have to spend an extra energy to do it. So 2 energy to loop a second time, 3 energy to loop a third time, and so on. So it'll be clearer as we make sense of it. But one of the objectives is to loop, so we're going to try to do that. But we're starting here. So we have remove one rift from one of the next 2 eras. The eras go clockwise, so it starts with, I don't remember the names of all the eras, but the eras start clockwise, or they go clockwise around. I'm sure something says it, I just don't know. But the next 2 eras are going to be the ones clockwise to that spot. So I can use this to remove one rift from the next 2, which would be 1 there. I can add a green cube to the previous era, and I can also add 1 to the next era. So it may behoove us to do bag of tricks. We're going to add a green to this era. I'm going to do digital watch to add a green to the next era. I am going to use my movement to move here. I'm going to spend the green cube to move here. I'm going to spend a green cube to move here. Then I'm going to do this. I'm going to remove these 2 cubes. And then I'm going to spend the green cube to loop. And I'm going to loop this symbol here. So this symbol. And we're going to add another green cube to the next era. And since I've done a loop in blue, we're going to mark that off. And we're going to end our turn. So this is going to go to our discard pile. And we're going to run it back and do the same thing. So here we've got Faux Klein. Another one of Time Prowler. Another Time Prowler. Faux Klein. And Faux Klein. So he'll be our next character to use. The ones that we cannot loop are anything with black symbols. So we can't do those. Those are very powerful cards. But we cannot loop those cards. Alright. So next we're going to do is add a clone. Let's pull from the bag. And we're going to add them to purple as well. And we're going to add a card, which is going to be an orange card. I'll go there. We're going to reveal the next card here, which is going to go to red. Ooh, this is rough. So red, we're going to drop in 5 rift cubes. This is really rough. If I can grab them. Okay, so we're going to drop these in. Okay. So this is kind of rough there, because if we add 1 more, then we lose that spot. Okay, so let's see if we can get rid of some stuff here. So we can destroy 1 in Dr. Fo's era. Let's see. You may move 1 era, then if you are in Dr. Fo's era, draw a card. Move 1 in your era to Dr. Fo's era, which I'm already in Dr. Fo's era. So let's do this. We're going to use our free movement, and we're going to move here. We're going to activate Retro Futuristic Power Glove, which is move 1 in your area to Dr. Fo's era. So we're going to move this here. Because they match, this gets destroyed. So this goes away. And then because we destroyed 1 in Dr. Fo's era, we get to mark 1 of those off. Once per turn, we can rotate this. So we're going to rotate this to here. We're going to do Stick of Truth, which is going to remove 1 of these from Dr. Fo's era. I think that's all I can do. You may move 1 era, then if you're in Dr. Fo's era, draw a card. I'm going to do this to move 1 era. And then I'm going to loop. So we're going to loop, and we're looping in orange. So that's going to go there. And we're going to loop back to Stick of Truth. And then do Stick of Truth to remove 1 rift from Dr. Fo's era. So there we go. A little bit of crisis management there. But that's going to end our turn. We're going to do that. Oh, and then we ended the turn in orange. So we're going to get this cursed VHS tape. So remove 1 from your era, then move to a previous era and remove 1 from there. So this will go on top of our deck. And when we have a card that doesn't belong to a particular time agent, we will get to choose who we want to give that to. And I think because we are, I want to remove these rift cubes, we're going to pick Time Prowler and give her that one. So she's going to get that ability. All right. So let's go ahead and add a clone. Clone gets added to blue. We're going to add a card, which is another purple. And then we're going to flip over the next one of these, which is going to also go to purple, so we're already there. We're going to drop in 3 rift cubes. All right, so 2 go here. 1 goes here. All right. So we're going to spend our move. Oh, actually, I'm going to use my ability to stop this one from coming through. Actually, no. I'm going to stop this one from coming through. Okay. So I'm going to use my free movement and come to here. We are going to use Brawler's Gloves, which is to push a clone to an adjacent era. So we're going to push this blue here. Gets rid of it. It's gone. Move 1 era, then remove a rift cube from your era. This is remove 1 from your era, then move to the previous era and remove 1 from there. So I think we're going to do this. We're going to remove 1 from our era, then move to the previous era and remove 1 from there. And then I'm going to do this and move an era and remove this from that era. Okay, so we did a little bit of cleanup there. We're going to end our turn because there's no green cubes for us to do any looping. We've got Faux Klein, Dr. Prowler, or Time Prowler, and Faux Klein. So this is going to be all of his cards. All right, let's add our clone in. We're going to add it to red. We're going to add a card, which is going to be a yellow card. That'll go here. And then we're going to flip over this, which is going to move to yellow. I'm going to drop in 3 rift cubes. 1, 2, 3. Uh-oh. So this is bad news bears. So these all come here. These get removed. This gets destroyed. And we're going to replace that with a vortex. Or I guess it's just this. So if another vortex were to come here, we would lose the game. Alright. That was really bad luck. We have, okay, so we're up here. We've got look at Dr. Foe's card and either remove 1. Look at the next Dr. Foe's card and either remove a rift or add a energy where it shows that. Then return it to the back of the top of the deck, which is kind of nice. Move this Blueprints of the Universe is move 1. Clone from Dr. Foe's era to an adjacent era. If it's destroyed, any agent may acquire a card from the era that it was destroyed, if there are any. So I could move this here and destroy it, but there's no cards here to get. And now for the rest of the game, any blue cards that come up will just be destroyed immediately. We can't get any more blue cards here. Drop a, this is Gam Mask, is to drop a energy in Dr. Foe's machine, and you may move to where it lands. That might be interesting. Let's see here. Got a lot of trying to think of the best avenue here. We need to get some looping going on, and we need to destroy some clones in his era. So what we're going to do is we're going to move. We're going to use our ability to rotate the machine to rotate Dr. Foe's era here. We're going to use our ability for that. We're going to use the Blueprints of the Universe to move a clone to an adjacent era. It's going to destroy it, so this is destroyed. And then because it says, and then any agent may acquire a card that was there, so we're going to get Warhorse, which is move up to 2 eras. You may carry a clone with you. It's going to go on top of our deck. Because we destroyed a clone in Dr. Foe's era, we're going to add that here. Let's look at the next card of the deck.
To control a video device with your voice, you need to connect it first.
It's going to be green.
Alexa app, go to settings, and then TV and video to get started.
It's going to go to green, so it's we're going to either remove a thing there, add a green, then return to the top of the deck. So this is, we're going to add an energy there. That's going to be the next one. We have a free movement. So let's do this. Let's do our free movement to go to here. we're going to activate GAM mask is to drop this here. And it ends up here, so we can go to that spot where it lands. We're going to loop, so I'm going to spin this to loop, and we're going to loop in the green, and we're going to redo GAM mask and then redrop something there, which puts us in the same spot anyway. So it's okay. All right, so that's going to end our turn. So these are discarded, and then we get to get the Edison light bulb. So look at another agent's choose another agent to resolve an ability on one of their choose an agent to resolve the ability on one card in their hand and destroy it or discard it. This goes here, which I don't know how this works in solo. I guess we would just do the one in our hand. Okay. It says when you use an ability that targets an artifact on their agent's hand, choose an artifact on one of your other agents. If none are available, you may not resolve the effect. So if one's sitting here, then that's how we do that effect. Okay. So we know green's going to be the next thing. There's a lot of energy there. So let's go ahead and do this. So these cards, we're going to have kind of choices here. I think what we're going to do is give this one to him, give this one to her, and then we're going to have to shuffle our deck. So this is where the deck building comes in. We're going to reveal. It's going to go to him and to him. So Folkline's going to be next, but that's A-okay. We are going to do our clone and our card. The card's going to be a red card, so it's going to go there. And all of the cards are like fun pop culture references. We're going to add this to yellow. And we know the next one is going to green, which is like industrial, I think. We're going to drop the cubes in, the rift cubes. Go here and go here. All right. So what do we want to do? So we can choose another agent's deal. Now we don't have any with us. So actually this is what we're going to do. I've figured it out. We're going to use our ability to rotate this to make Dr. Foe's era here. We're then going to use an energy to move here. We are going to activate, we're going to do Edison's light bulb, choose another agent and resolve one of their cards. We're going to resolve Warhorse, and that's going to get discarded. We can move up to 2 eras and carry one agent with, one clone with us. We're going to carry this one with us. We're going to go 1, 2. This gets carried to the origin era, so it's going to be destroyed. We destroyed another clone in Dr. Foe's era. So that one's gone. We're then going to look at his next card. Tap it this way. Look at his next card, which is going to be pink. I'm going to add an energy there. What else can we do? I don't have all the energies on the other side of the board. We're going to do universal blueprints of the universe to move this into an adjacent era and destroy that. And that'll be our turn for there because we can't do anything else. Then we're going to acquire one of these cards here. So we have expired Currywurst, which would be reveal a card from the artifact deck, add 2 energy to the card's origin era. Or we have Bat of Final Judgment, remove a Rift Cube from Dr. Foe's era, or move 1 clone from your era to Dr. Foe's era. I'm going to go with the Bat. We're going to do that one. We're going to do this and this. Let's see. Here. We'll go here. Okay. We're going to go with Time Prowler, because we haven't used her in a while anyway. We'll add our clone, add our card. So blue would get added here, but because this arrow is destroyed, we're going to have to just destroy that card. We're going to add this here, and we know that the next card is going to be to pink. And drop 2 cubes in. But we're going to remove one of the cubes because of Time Prowler. So this one's going to get removed. Okay. So straight up, let's just remove 1 from our era. So this is gone. let's remove one from your area, then move to an appropriate and remove one from there. Oh, actually, maybe that's what I want to do. Let me undo that. I'm going to do curse VHS tape. Remove one from my area, then move to the previous area and remove one from there. So remove this from here and remove this from here. So those are both gone. Okay. Then we're going to do Battle of the Final Judgment. Remove one from Dr. Foe's era, which he doesn't have one, or move one from your era to Dr. Foe's era. So we're going to do that. We're going to move this to here. This gets destroyed. This is the final one to be destroyed in his era, which is awesome. Now, for us to complete the objective, we have to end our turn there. So we're going to do that. But I suppose before I do that, I need a loop again. But I've already looped in green, so it's not going to really matter. I think we're just going to do our movement, our free movement, end our turn, and I don't think I'm going to do anything else. We're going to end our turn. So what happens is we do that. We are going to remove these. This gets completed, so this is an objective completed. When we complete an objective, if there is a revealed mission in your era with a number of cubes you may complete, each player earns a card. So for us to earn a card, we are going to set out cards equal to the number of players plus 1 and choose one of those cards and get that card. So it's whenever a mission is completed, all players receive a reward. Reveal one card per player from the artifact plus 1 extra. Each player chooses the card. So we're going to look at 2 cards and choose one and earn that card. So we've got double rainbow. Drop 1 cube and Dr. These are the 2 options here. We have double rainbow. Drop 1 cube in Dr. Foe's machine. During any action, you may choose the dimension and origin era of this card. And then we have very first force field. Move to any era. You may spend an energy to push any number of clones in your era to adjacent eras. I think I want to go with that one. So we're going to take this and go here. This gets discarded, I believe. Yeah, destroy the remaining cards. So that's gone. We've completed 1 of 4. Once that's complete, we're going to reveal the next one clockwise, which will be reconnect time. Add 1 energy to this era 3 times while there's at least 1 energy in every era. So that's a little more difficult, especially because it's a little counterintuitive to looping. So I don't know how we're going to do that one, but we'll figure it out. So that objective, oh, this is the one that got destroyed. Okay. Okay, great. So we're going to start our next turn. Do I want to do this one? Move to any era, then push. You may... Yes, let's give it to him. So we'll go here. Okay. So we're gonna go with Faux Klein. We're going to add our clone and our card. So the card gets added. It's orange. We're going to add our clone here to there, and then we're going to reveal this. It's the last card for this round, basically. We're going to drop 3 Rift Cubes here. 1, 2, 3. Okay, spread evenly. I like that. Okay, so move to any era. You may spend things that are equal to push. So we could use this to move here and push and spend a cute thing to push that there to get rid of that. That's an option. I need a loop there anyway, so that wouldn't be the worst. So let's start off by doing this. We're going to do Gam Mask, drop a green in Dr. Foe's machine to move, and you may move where it lands. I'm not going to move where it landed. I'm going to do this. I can move to Dr. Foe's era. So I'm going to move here. Oh, I'm going to move here, I suppose. And then, you may move 1 era, sorry. I'm going to move his machine here, and then I'm going to do this and move here. And then if we're there, we can draw a card. So it's going to give us an additional card. We have, let's see, this gave us Prowler's Coat, which is actually Time Prowler's card, but in solo we can use it. It says move one era, then remove one Rift Cube from your era. Let's move an era. Then we're going to remove a Rift Cube from our era. And then I'm going to do this. I can move to any era. And then spend an energy to move any number of clones in an era adjacent to your era. So we're going to move this one here and move this one here. This will get destroyed. Then we're going to loop here. I'm going to put this here. And us looping here, we're going to do this symbol and then redo this. Actually, hold on. We're not going to do that symbol. We're going to do this symbol. No. We're going to do this symbol. And we're going to reactivate this, dropping this in and moving back to here. We're going to end our turn, and because now we're here, we can get expired Currywurst. So reveal the top card here and add 2 energy to that. Yes, that's perfect, because that'll help us complete that objective. Okay, so we've done that. Now we are going to shuffle this up. Let's restart our hand. So we're going to get to her, here, and here. So we're going to go with Time Prowler. Now this is things are going to get a little harder, because now we are going to be adding 2 clones this time. Alright, so round 2 basically. We're going to add 2 clones now. So they're going to go here and here. Oops. Okay, I don't know where that went. Oh, it went here. Okay. We're going to add a card here, which is going to be purple. And then we're going to flip over and move over to purple, which we're already there. And we're going to drop in 3 Rift Cubes. 1, 2, 3. We're going to choose to remove one of them with this, with her ability. All right. So we need to loop in 2 more places to get this ability to work. Here, here, or where I am. So let's activate Brawler's Glove. We're going to push this to an adjacent era. That's destroyed. We're going to activate Expired Currywurst. Reveal a top card here. We're going to add 2 energy to that that card's origin era. And then I can activate this to remove a Rift Cube. Remove one Rift Cube from one of the next 2 eras. So we're going to remove that. I'm going to loop. So I'm going to spend an energy to loop. We're going to undo this. I'm going to spend my movement to go here and activate it again and remove this from here. Since we looped in pink, we're going to activate that, put that there. And then I don't know what else I could do. So I think we're going to end our turn. That was my free movement. Let's spend an energy to move here. And then we're going to get a 56k modem. This is going to, in your era, either push 1 clone to an adjacent era, remove a Rift Cube, or add an energy. So we're going to put that there. All right. Making some good progress here. I'm going to give this back to her. Okay, so we're back to Time Prowler. Not getting a lot of symbols to match up, but that's okay. Because ideally you want to build it so that your symbols are all the same so you can loop and get more actions per turn when you loop. That's going to go there. That's going to go there. We're going to add this to pink. Okay. So 3 Rift Cubes. 1, 2, 3. We're going to remove this one because of her ability again. Okay. So for us to start even getting this, we need to add an energy here, here, and here. So it's kind of a lot. So we're going to do 56k modem in our era. We're going to push this clone. It's going to destroy him. We are going to We're going to do digital watch to add an energy to this next era. We are going to do our free movement to come here. Do bag of tricks to add an energy to the previous era. We are then going to loop by spending an energy, which is our last one for here. And we are going to loop for this symbol to do digital watch and then add another energy to this era. And we're going to end our turn on this. So we're going to first get one of these purple cards. We have Cerebrium. Choose any era and remove Rift Cubes until there are as many Rift Cubes as there are clones. We have Self-Aware AI. Add 1 energy to any era. If it had none, add 2 instead. We have Self-Destruct Program. Destroy any clone with the Paradox era that matches your era. If there's another agent in your era, instead destroy all matching clones. I think we're going to get Self-Aware AI. We're going to get that card on top of our deck. Then, because we completed this objective, yay, 2 out of 4, we're going to gain a card. So we've got Plasma. We got Plasma Ball, which is push 1 clone in any agent's era to an adjacent era. If that's destroyed, add an energy to that era, to the one it was destroyed. Or Pyroportional Device. On an adjacent era, remove 1 clone or 1 Rift Cube and add one of these other cubes. I forget what they're called. They're these black cubes, but I don't even know the name of them. But we're not going to get that one. We're going to destroy that anyway. So that's going to go here. What is that called? They may come up, so we may need them. Okay, so now we're going to reveal this one clockwise, which is going to be Antimatter Charge. Use the black hole artifact in your hand in this era 3 times. You can only do it once per turn. Okay. We've done that. I'm not going to have that, so we're going to go here, here, and maybe we can get one for him and do this next. I don't know where those little rules went. Okay. Can we get a black hole? So black hole are the ones with no symbol. Okay, so it's going to be her again. And now we have the same symbol here, so we're going to have to start adding energy all over the place so we can start activating, we start trying to get that objective. All right, so 2 clones. Here and here. This place is a problem. We're going to flip this over as is here, and then flip this over. Oh dear. Okay, so we're dropping 5 Rift Cubes in. Uh-oh. I broke the machine. Okay. We're going to stop one from here. This is real bad. We're going to need to remove these really quickly because that's going to be a big problem for us. We'll lose the game if we don't deal with this. Okay. So, let's do Self-Aware AI. We're going to add 2 to this era because there were none there. We can push 1 to an adjacent era. I need to get over there. Push 1 in any agent era to an adjacent era if it destroys the added cube. Okay. We've already had red come up. So we haven't had blue come up, so we need to kind of deal with this. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to move our free move here and then spend an energy to move here. We're going to activate Plasma Ball, push 1 clone from any agent's era to an adjacent era. So we're going to do that. We're going to push this one here. It's going to destroy it. If it destroys it, add 1 cube to where it was destroyed. Energy to where it was destroyed. We're going to activate Brawler's Glove and push this here to move that. We're going to loop once to reactivate Self-Aware AI and Brawler's Glove. We're going to activate Brawler's Glove again and push this here. We are going to activate Self-Aware AI and add a cube to any era. We're going to add these 2 here. So now every place has an energy. So when we start adding them here, we can start doing that. We're going to spend 1 cube to move here. We're going to spend these 2 energies. Now we're not going to be able to. To re-loop again, we're going to loop these two, we're going to do this to push this here. This is gone. Do this to add 2 energy to here. Okay. I think that's all I can do. So we're going to end our turn. Big turn there. Oh, this is discard. Now the question is, do I want... I might want to try to get her again, because if blue comes up, we want to stop this from happening. So we may want to... Oh, we're going to get faux Klein again. All right. And do our 2 clones. They're both going to get added here. We're going to add our card. It's blue, so it's going to be destroyed because there's nothing where it can go. And blue. Oh dear. Okay. So we're dropping 3 rift cubes in. This could be it. 1. Oh no. Oops. Nope. I'm so scared. Okay. Oh, whew. Okay. Oh dear. Okay. So, we're going to do this to remove a thing from Dr. Foe's era, so that's gone. We're going to use Blueprints of the Universe, because we'll get to get this ability because it's a black hole ability. So move 1 clone from Dr. Foe's era to an adjacent era. So we're going to move this here. Although has yellow come up. Nope. But that's fine. That's okay. We're going to move that there. We're going to add a cube here for that. We are then going to do our free movement here. Move 1 from your era to Dr. Foe's era. I'm going to do my ability to move this here. I'm going to spend a thing here to go there, and then I'm going to activate this to move 1 from my era to Dr. Foe's era. That's going to be destroyed. Oh, yellow has not come up, which is stressing me out. Blue and nor has pink. But that's okay, because that won't be gone. I think I can't reactivate. I'm going to wait. So we're going to wait. We're going to end the turn there. Okay. I'm going to flip that. We're going to add this here. Add this here. I'm going to add this here. Okay. Okay. On to the next turn. We've got a blue and a red. This place is a hot mess. Full of clones. Purple. Alright, we're moving to yellow. We're dropping in 2 rift cubes. 1 and... Nope. 2. Okay. I gotta get this place under control. So here we can choose an ability to resolve another player's hand. So we're going to do that. It's going to be this ability. We're going to drop this in here, and then we can travel to that location. So we're going to travel there. This gets discarded. Actually, I'm not going to move there. I am going to drop it there, but I'm not going to move there. I'm going to do Warhorse. I'm going to move up to 2 eras and take this with me and destroy this one. So that's gone. I'm going to add 1 to another era here. I'm going to use my free movement to come back here. I'm going to loop for this symbol. We're going to activate this to add this here, and activate this to move this here and destroy this one. So this is gone. And we're going to... We're going to loop again. So I'm going to spend 2 energy to do both of these. I'm going to spend an energy to move here. I'm going to do this and move to carry this one here and destroy this. And then we'll do this to add an energy there. Okay. And this doesn't have any energy, so we don't get to do that ability. Alright, we've got this, this, and this. So I guess we're going back with her again. We're going to add 1 here, add 1 here, flip over a card, that's going to go there. Flip over this card, we're going to move to here, Drop in 3 rift cubes. 4 rift cubes. Can I get the rift cubes? Okay, 4 rift cubes. 4 rift cubes. Nope. Okay. So this place is destroyed. This is gone. This gets added here. Okay. Oh, actually, hold on. I forgot. I don't have to do that. I forgot her ability. So we're not gonna get rid of. We're not gonna do that. We're gonna get rid of 1. Okay. Sorry about that. So let's just do this. We're gonna do this. We're gonna move an era and remove 1 from our. We're gonna remove an era and remove a rift cube from our era. We're gonna remove a rift cube from our era. And then we're gonna do this and remove a rift cube from one of the next 2 eras. And then we're going to move. We're gonna loop and reactivate that. Then we're gonna do our free movement. Come here and then activate this and remove 1 of these. And we're gonna end the turn. We're gonna get 1 of the purple cards. Let's get Time Seeker Needle. Push 1 to any clone to any era in any era to an adjacent era, and we're going to go back to her again. Yeah, we're gonna do this. Do a little bit of damage control here. All right, so we're on the last turn for this round, which means we're kind of limited now of how many more turns we have. This is gone. Okay, we're gonna reveal this. It's going to go here. Oh, dear. We're dropping in 5 rift cubes. Okay. We're going to stop this one. But this one's all kinds of destroyed. So this is gone. And then this gets replaced here. All right. So we need a black hole stuff here, which we're not able to do. And we need to add energy here and here, and then add energy there. So let's go ahead and do Cursed, Expired Currywurst. We're going to reveal the top card here, and we're going to add energy here. Let's do Bata Final Judgment and move. It says move 1 from your era to Dr. Foe's era, so that one's gone. We're going to do Time Seeker Needle, push 1 from any era to an adjacent era, so that's going to go there, that's going to go away. We are going to loop, do these 2. We're going to reactivate this and push this here, getting rid of that. We're going to do this and add a cube to orange again. We're going to use our free movement to go here. We're going to loop again by doing 2 this time for this symbol. We're going to go ahead and add another. We know it's going to get added back there. And then we're going to do this to push this here and destroy that. Okay. Kind of a lot was happening there. So let's see what we got now. Okay. We're going to go with him. And now we're going to have to shuffle this up. And we're adding 3 clones. So there's a good chance we won't make it. This game's hard. But we'll see. This game is very hard. Yeah, we'll do this here so we flip it over here. Okay. So let's go ahead and add our 3 clones. Oops. Got that there. We've got this here, and we've got this here. We're going to add our card. Orange. That's there. Get this out of the way. We're going to flip this over. We're going to move over to here and drop in 4 rift cubes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, this is scary because if 2 come here, the game's over. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. This area is destroyed. These are gone. All right, so we basically have to complete. We basically, if another one of this happens, we lose the game. So we can't let anything. We can't let any of the rift cubes do any damage. So we've got to clean these up. So first off, since we're here, let's do cursed VHS tape. We're going to remove one from our era, then move to the previous era, which would be this one, and remove one from there. Ooh. We are going to do our free movement here. Let's do this Science Project 1900. Look at the top, next card, the faux card, and either remove one rift or add an energy to the area and return to the top of the deck. So it's gonna be pink. We're gonna add an energy there. We're then gonna do, we're gonna use this to move. We're gonna do his ability to move this here. Then we're gonna do Mithril Lab Coat. We can move one era. Then if we're in Dr. Foe's era, draw a card. So we're going to move an era. Because we activated a black hole card here, we're going to add that there. And then we're going to draw a card. Ooh. We're going to do very first force field to move to here. And spend an energy to move this. Or no, move this there. Do I want to move more of them? I'm going to loop and do curse VHS tape again. I'm going to spend an energy to move here. Then I'm going to activate curse VHS tape to remove this one and this one. Yeah, I have to move back to the previous here and remove those. Okay. Think that is it. Alright, we've got pink here for her. We're going to go there. Okay. Actually, let's do this. I need to get... We can get another black hole card activated here. That's the third objective. And then we can flip over another one and then hopefully... Flip over another one and hopefully get the W before... We don't have very many turns left, so it's going to take a little bit. Alright, we're going to go here. We're going to use her. Okay. So let's add our clones. 3 clones, 3 clones. 1, 2, 3. Okay. We're going to add a card here. And then we're going to flip this. We knew this is going here. It's going to drop in 4 rift cubes. Which, if they all 4 land there, we lose the game. 2 land there, we lose the game, and if 3 land here, we lose the game. 2, 4, so they have to spread out evenly. Oops. Okay, that's fine. It's fine for now. Oh, actually I get to remove, I can stop this one from going, so I'm going to stop that one. Okay. Let's see what we have. Let's activate Plasma Ball. We're going to move this one to here and destroy that. Destroying that's going to add a cube here. We are going to... I need to do some damage control here. So this spot and this spot aren't coming up again for the rest of the game. So if I can move stuff out of the adjacent areas to those spots, it's not going to be as big a deal. Let's do very first force field and move here. spend an energy to push this here and get rid of that. We're going to do this to add a 1 to there. We're going to loop and loop for that symbol. We're going to activate this to move here and spend an energy to push any number of these. So we're going to push this here. Get rid of that one. Oh, I guess I could have pushed this one here and moved that out. So we're going to do that too, because push any number of them to adjacent areas. So we got rid of that one too. And I'll push this here as well. I'm going to end the turn. We're going to get Research Dog. Draw 3 cards, keep 1, discard the others. Okay. So we're going to add that to here, and we're going to go right here. Okay. This might be it. Here, here, and here. We're going to flip a card over. Orange. And then we're going to flip this over, which is going to go to orange. We're going to drop in 3 rift cubes. 1, 2, oops. I'm just so scared. It can't be one of, oh, that's the game. That destroys that era, and we don't have another one of those to do, so that's gone. So what I was going to try to do was to activate, I guess I could have removed 1 from there. I was going to end up here to activate this to draw 3 and discard. Then we would have done this objective and flipped over this one, which would have been remove 1 from Dr. Fo's era 5 times, which we could have done. I think we would have won had that not happened, but that's going to be it. The game is very, very challenging. And there are 2 expansions out for the game. And like I said, there's several game modes. There's this thing, which is one of the bad guys, which is kind of cool. But this is a really cheap game. Like, I think it's like $30 on Amazon for the base game. So it's a very cheap game. It's a really great solo game. Like I said, you could play with 2 to 4 characters, and you just shuffle. You'd shuffle all of their starting decks together. Each character has 6 cards for their starting deck. It's denoted by their symbol down here. But yeah, this is a really great, hard game. And like I said, there's a bunch of game modes. So like there's a sabotage game mode. There's this Saiyan super clones. There is, let's see. There's the Ultra Machina, Laser Centrifuges, and then this is Fozil Apocalypse and the 7 Kaiju Balls. So that came from one of the expansions. So there's a lot of content here, especially if you have everything. But there, like I said, there's multiple game modes, and then you can adjust the difficulty of the game modes as if this wasn't hard enough. But anyway, that's going to be it for today. That's going to be a playthrough of the loop. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.